I always say hello and good morning, but now I will say Sawadi ka. How are you everyone? How are you grade 2/1? I hope that you are all, again, good. I hope that you are all healthy and you are all safe at home. This video is for our mathematics or for our math subject. And our discussion for today, we will just continue our topic last time. The time. Before we go on with our next topic, let's have a review first. Again, if we said shorthand, this is for the hour hand. And for the long hand, this is for the minute hand. Let's start with the short hand or the hour hand. If it is pointing at 1 in the morning, then it is 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, and so on. In the afternoon, if we have 1, the hour hand is pointing at 1, then it is 13 hours. Again, if the short hand is pointing at 1 in the afternoon, then it is 13 hours. 2 is 14 hours. 3 is 15 hours. 4 is 16 hours, and so on. 11 is 23 hours. And if it is pointing at 12, then it is 24 hours. Same as the long hand. For the minute hand, 1 is for 5 minutes, 2 is 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and so on. If the long hand or the minute hand is pointing at number 12, which is 60, the number will go back to 0. Again, if the minute hand is pointing at 12, which is 60 minutes, then it will go back to 0. Continuing with our topic, we have the time. I have here a clock. So what is the time? The short hand is pointing between 9 and 10. The short hand is pointing between 9 and 10, or the hour hand. That means still it is 9 hours. Again, the short hand or the hour hand is pointing in between 9 and 10. Still, the time will be 9 hours. Again, 9 hours. And then the minute hand is pointing at 6, which is 30. Again, 6 is 30. So what is the time? We have 9:30. Again, the time is 9:30 hours. How about this one? The short hand is pointing in between 6 and 7. The short or the hour hand is pointing in between 6 and 7. So still the hour hand or the time is 6 hours. For the minute hand, it is pointing at 6, and 6 is 30 minutes. So the time is 6:30 hours. Again, the time is 6:30 hours. If it is morning, then it is 6:30 hours. But if it is afternoon, we have 1, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Again, in the afternoon, 6 is 18. 6 is 18. So the time in the afternoon, we have 18:30 hours. 18:30 hours. Another example we have here. The hour hand is almost pointing at 12. The hour hand is almost pointing at 12. The minute hand is pointing at 9, which is 45 minutes. So the time will be 11:45 hours. 11:45 hours. Again, we have here the hour hand. We say in between 11 and 12, still the number is 11. In between 12 to 1, still the hour hand is 12. In between 6 and 7, pointing the hour in between 6 and 7, still it is 6 hours. So the time here is 11:45. 11:45. In the morning, it's 11:45, and in the afternoon or night time, it is 23:45 hours. 23:45 hours. So we have here the afternoon. Again, 13 hours, we say 1300 hours. 1330 hours, it is 1330 hours. 18 hours, it is 1800 hours. 1840 hours, 1840 hours. 22 hours, we say 2200 hours. And 23:30 hours, we say 22:30 hours. So if you will see the differences between 13 hours and 13:30 hours, we have here 100. We read it as 100. So we have 1300 hours. 1300 hours. For the 30 minutes, we say 1330 hours. No more 100.
Ticky 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 tick a tock. Ticky 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 tick a tock. Ticky 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 tick a tock. What time is it? Tock. 1 o'clock.
2 o'clock.
3 o'clock. Tick tock. 4 o'clock. 5 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
Tick tock.
7 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
9 o'clock.
Tick tock.
10 o'clock.
11 o'clock. 12 o'clock. Tick tock. Ticky 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 tick a tock. Ticky 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 tick a tock. Ticky 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 tick a tock. What time is it? Faster! 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, tick tock. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, tick tock. 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, tick tock. 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, tick tock.
So we have here example of a clock. Observe the short hand or the hour hand and the minute hand. And this time is for the morning. This time is for the morning. So we have here the hour hand is pointing at 8. The minute hand is pointing at 3, which is equal to 15 minutes. So it is 15 minutes after 8 hours. And we write the time as 18:15 hours. And we read it as 08:15 hours. Again, we read the time as 08:15 hours. Next, we have here a clock for the afternoon. Afternoon, evening, or night time. We have here the time for the afternoon, evening, or night time. So the hour hand is pointing at 9 or in between 9 and 10. So still it is 9 hours, or we have here the 21 hours. And the minute hand is pointing at 8, which is equal to 40 minutes. So it is 40 minutes after 21 hours. and we write the time as 21:40 hours, and we read it as 21:40 hours. Again, we write the time as 21:40 hours, and we read the time as 21:40 hours. Next, we have here a clock for morning again. So the shorthand or the hour hand is pointing in between 10 and 11, so it is still 10 hours. How about the minute hand? Let's see. 1 is 5, 10, 15, 20. So, what is the time? It is 20 minutes after 10 hours. It is 20 minutes after 10 hours, or we write it as 10:20 hours. Again, we write it as 10:20 hours. Another one, we have here that shorthand is pointing at 5, and the long hand or the minute hand is pointing at 4, which is 20 minutes. So what is the time? It is 20 minutes after 5 hours. It is 20 minutes after 5 hours, or we write it as 5:20 hours, and we read it as 05:20 hours. 05:20 hours. Next, we have here in the afternoon. The shorthand is pointing in between 12 and 1. So we have there 12 hours, while the minute hand is pointing at 8, which is 40 minutes. So the time is, it is 40 minutes after 12 hours. And we write the time as 12:40 hours. Next one. Tell the time by counting in fives. Tell the time by counting in 5. In fives, that means the minute. First, we have the morning. Look at the time or the clock. The shorthand and the minute hand. It is blank minutes after blank hours. It is blank minutes after blank hours. The time is blank hours. So what is the missing numbers, or what is the missing answer? So it is 20 minutes after 6 hours. Again, it is 20 minutes after 6 hours. How about the time is blank hours? So what will be the time? Okay, good. So the time is 6:20 hours. So it is 20 minutes after 6 hours, and the time is 6:20 hours. How about in the afternoon or nighttime or evening? Let's see the clock. It is blank minutes after blank hours. It is blank minutes after blank hours. The time is blank hours. So what's the answer? Again, look at properly the shorthand or the hour hand and the minute hand. if it is afternoon or nighttime. 1 is 13, 2 is 14, 3 is 15, and so on until 12 is 24. How about the time now? We have here the shorthand pointing at 9 and 10, between 9 and 10. So what is the time? It is 20 minutes after what? 20 minutes after? Okay, so we have 20 minutes after 21 hours. So the time is 21 hours. Is it? Is it 21 hours? The answer is wrong. So what should be? It is 21:20 hours. Very good. Have a practice. Write your answer on a paper. So you must have your pencil, paper, and eraser with you. Let's start. It says here numbers 1, 2, and 3. It is morning. So what is the time? What is the time? Number 1, what is the time? Number 2, what is the time? And number 3, it is blank minutes after blank hours. The time is blank hours. So what's the answer for number 1, 2, and 3? Again, the clocks are for morning. The clocks are for morning. Observe properly the numbers for the hour hand and the minute hands. Next, number 4, 5, and 6. That will be in the afternoon. Again, afternoon. 1 is 13, 2 is 14. So we have there afternoon. So what is the time? It is blank minutes after blank hours. The time is blank hours. So what's the answer for number 4, number 5, and number 6? Write it on your paper. Again, observe properly the numbers pointing in between, and the minute hand. Where's the minute hand and the hour hand? For the answers, we will check that for the next video. That is for our math today. I hope that you learned and understand our lesson. If you have any questions, you can ask teacher through line. And then, for our activity, I will send it to you. Please do it properly. If you cannot understand the worksheets that I've sent to you, you can review or play again the video. Okay? Like I always remind you, please be healthy, stay safe, and stay at home. See you again next video. Bye!